What is a good case study? How do you set it up? Beside the topic of marketing. Okay, so it's not marketing. Um, so basically, I did this and I got so many links for this amount of months. But rather than marketing, focus on something else like health, pets, sports, etc. What is the framework you work by? What is a good case study? Do you base it on a big keyword topic for your website to rank or a topical problem? Um, so, as far as
So a case, yeah,
so I was going to, yeah, the
you
first
go
thing I
ahead.
think is probably what you're about to say is, for a case study is essentially you have some kind of service. You're providing some kind of service and you're showing proof that it works. Um, as far as like, if you're just doing like pets or sports or whatever, I can't really think of, um,
Well, I'm thinking of like in the terms of like just anything. You've got a hypothesis about something,
mhm.
or something that you're working on, and then you're showing the motion that happened over time, right? And that adds up to a case study that can tell you this is something that worked based on these ideas, or this was a failure, whatever. Like when I think of a case study, it's not how I think it's being kind of asked in this question, which is like about a random affiliate site or something like that. Like I wouldn't make a case study for something like
Well,
that.
they
Not to
have their
say
own
you
case studies,
couldn't.
kinda. They're just called reviews. Case
Yeah,
studies is more, it's kind of a different type of thing, right? The average consumer for the average affiliate site, they want reviews of things, and you're essentially showing them kind of a case study, or you're supposed to be, or maybe you
yeah,
should
maybe case
be.
study for like
You're using the
medical or
product, you're
beauty
saying, look,
products.
I did this with it, it works great. You're saying blah, blah, blah. It's kind of like a mini case study, I guess, if you want to look at it like that. But, as far as like compared to something like the case studies that we do, it's a little bit different because we actually have a service and we're providing a case study that showcases us using our services to achieve results. And it's a little bit more in depth, and we're talking about kind of a bigger time frame and stuff. Um, so as far as like doing case study goes, first of all, I would see if other people that are doing the same kind of stuff of you as you are doing case studies. Because just from the couple of niches that you mentioned, I can't really think of case studies that, people would actually search
Could be
for in there.
it could be a language barrier, and it is directed more at reviews, huh?
I don't think so, because this is Kim, and
Based on because he's talking about big keyword topics. Oh, it's Kim's. All
so
right,
basically, if there's case
for your
studies for
website
it,
to
you could
rank.
search for it. So you could be like, for example, SEO case studies or
Yeah,
link building case
right.
studies. These are keywords that actually have search volume and that exist, and so people are looking for it. So you could look in your, do some keyword research in your for your niche and see if there's anyone doing any kind of case studies for that first. But yeah, I'm guessing for the large majority of people that are doing affiliate marketing, you're not really going to be doing case studies. It's going to be more like reviews or something like that. Unless you're doing and you have some kind of like service-based thing. Maybe for example, maybe you are selling a software as a service, like a SaaS tool. Maybe you do a case study, how it, I don't know, it performed and accomplished blah blah blah, something like that. Um, but yeah, I would just look around, see if there's search volume for some case study terms, and go from there. Um, but yeah,
Yeah. So I mean, like, go. Oh, sorry.
I mean, I don't really have much to say. I was just gonna say there's just what the case study is. I mean, you're taking the thing, you're defining what it is, and you're just showing people exactly what you did with it over time to achieve some kind of specific outcome, right? I know this is like very like general stuff, but it all kind of works the same way, and you want to show, demonstrate results in a very kind of more detailed way, right? So you're going to be collecting, good amounts of data along the way. Um, or else your case study just comes across as phony. It's very, you could very easily write a very fake case study. And I guess you could do it with data as well.
Oh, I've read a
You
few.
could, me too. You could, I guess you could fake data and stuff as well. But if you're actually doing like a bunch of like data and like charts and whatnot, then, like for example, our link building case studies, we actually, when we do like a case study for link building, we're actually taking screenshots and Ahrefs like over months, over like every single month for like a year or whatever. So it's very hard to fake something like that unless you're like really
Yeah, it's
going the
pretty well
distance.
cataloged.
Yeah, it's very well cataloged, and it'd be very easy to see that it was not matching up if it was different or whatever. Um, but yeah, so I'm just kind of rambling at this point. Do you have anything
Well,
else to
okay,
add
so
on that?
what is a good case study? It's something, it's going to be one that answers, what happened when I did this, right? That it provides some kind of information. So you can't really, I mean, you can bullshit a case study, right? So they can serve the purposes of just marketing something and getting you sales. But a good case study is going to help somebody understand how a process works, or how the process of using something works over time. Do we base it on a big keyword or topic? No, it's just based on a problem, or looking for some sort of solution, or just prodding at how something affects something else, right? So it's informational, ideally, and it gives you information that you can use to your advantage, and that can include a topical problem. So I feel like with those questions, that'd be the ideal situation for a case study.
Yeah, if you're selling services, if you're an SEO provider, for example, case studies are probably one of the most important things you can put on your website. But they're not
Yeah,
necessarily they don't necessarily have to be something you're trying to rank for. Like it's going to be hard for you to rank for SEO case study because there's a lot of big SEOs doing big SEO case studies, getting tons of
we're up
backlinks,
there, aren't
right?
we?
But so you don't even necessarily have to rank for them, but you'd want to put them pretty prominent on your website. Use them as part of your funnel to try to land clients, right? And so yeah, case studies is like one of these things where as far as from an SEO perspective go, you don't even have to really think about it as much from an SEO perspective as much as a sales perspective once they're on your page. But if you're like us, for example, and you do link building case studies, you can actually have a link building case studies page, and you can try to rank for that as well. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Be sure to check the description below for links to our blog for more info on this topic, along with a bunch of other cool stuff like case studies, our Facebook community, and our link building services. And like always, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell if you enjoyed the video. Thanks and happy ranking.